We begrudgingly came to Ibiza not just because of its reputation for
nothing beats a Jet2 holiday,
but also because of the hotel mafia that's influenced regulations on wild camping, which transforms how we travel into a 10,000 euro game of Russian roulette. We nearly pussed out, but the tickets were already paid for, so we came, and well, we ended up loving it more than this guy loves cake. We visited every corner of the island and stacked up this list of places you've absolutely got to see in between epic nights out, and we also have a huge request from you when it comes to legendary partying, so let's go! It's only fitting that we kick off this list with the OG party scene of Ibiza. You can go visit the ruins of the Festival Club, which was the first mega club on the island. This was built before house music was even a twinkle in its daddy's eye, and is a testament to the fact that we don't build things the way we used to. Only open for 2 years from 1972 to 74, this massive party labyrinth is where your grandma and Bob Marley came to face the final boss. Today, it's overgrown by trees, been tagged more times than Ibiza has been from the Ushuaia bathroom, and is the perfect spot to explore and see what kind of treasures you can find. We got Microsoft, Windows, Burger King. Fuck, I wonder how old that is. Ooh, Pavarotti was up in this bitch? Now, there are a few short hikes in Ibiza that you absolutely cannot miss, and the Es Vedrà viewpoint is by far number one. But I am warning you, if you show up here in flip-flops, you're going to have a worse day than Hillary Clinton did on November 9th, 2016. The trail itself follows a crumbling, dusty ledge that's about as stable as the AI stock bubble, so be very careful on this edge, especially if you're naturally clumsy.
Ooh, they got the Tony cracks a lot.
The hike is only about 4.5 kilometers round trip with 200 meters of vertical, so you can easily skip the gym this day, and you were instantly rewarded with a fantastic bird's eye view of the entire island from this viewpoint, which was super handy for us because there was no way in hell we were going to be able to fly the drone with the wind the day we went. I wasn't too sure about going to this one, but I am very glad that we did because the Time and Space Monument is a pretty chill spot, especially at sunset. It's basically the Stonehenge of Ibiza where you can try your luck at adding to the overall height of the monument.
Yeah!
They've also installed some door frames in the hopes of making one of the most famous hallucinations of the locals of Ibiza come true.
Is it you go through one of these doors and it does some Doctor Strange shit and you come out in Bali on the other side?
There are also a few cool swim spots, but on the day we went there, it was this windy, and the water had turned into a super fast shortcut to Jesus.
She is fucking nasty today. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
No island trip is complete without visiting a lighthouse, and if you're just like Disney and can't choose in between black and white anymore, then this is the perfect mix of both, like a 1989 version of Michael Jackson. This is the furthest northwest you can go on the island, and it's another jagged coastline that's a perfect excuse for a road trip as far away from the party scene as possible. There is a small resort town next door of Portinax to add to your visit, and the drive here is super nice and once again very close to everything else, only 35 minutes away from the capital. However, you should definitely not overlook the capital of the island because the old town of Ibiza is as nice as any of the other big players on the Spanish coast of the Mediterranean Sea. The city is capped off with a fort that overlooks town, giving it a very, very similar vibe to that of Alicante. If you take the ferry to the island, this is likely going to be the first place you will see, and all of the cruise ships that visit Ibiza dock here, so on cruise day, the heart of town gets as busy as the Burger King on the Strip does at 2 a.m. What I like the most about this city is that everything that's worth seeing is super close together, so you don't gotta bother walking very much to go see everything. Remember, this is Spain, and town is basically on life support from 2 to 5 p.m., which can either be a good or bad thing depending on what you want to get out of your visit. The southernmost point of Ibiza is a salt marsh oasis that is surrounded by wild beaches away from the built-up strips of hotels and resorts, yet close enough that it can be accessed by foot. It's not very far from Ibiza's notorious party boulevard, just beside the airport, so it can be done as a hiking trip or by bus for just a couple euros. If you know us by now, you know that we're always going to choose the hike. This one has some very cool bays that you can go check out, and also has some of the most gnarly spiders I've ever seen in Europe.
Look at that.
Ooh! From above, you can see these pink lakes and turquoise beaches are as nice as anything that's waiting for you in Formentor Island, and on a good day, you can even see pink flamingos. If you're looking for the ultimate sunset, this is the spot. Sant Antoni isn't just a spot for sunset, it's also a perfect choice as your base for your trip to Ibiza. Since the island is quite small, every corner can be accessed in less than an hour from anywhere else on the island, so you might as well stay in a place that has a little bit of everything. Since Ibiza is all about the sunset and party life, this is why all the biggest hotels and resorts are going to be found on the west of the island. Sant Antoni is just 30 minutes from the chaos surrounding the airport and is a great base for both people who want to party and also experience a much less urbanized version of Ibiza. If there is anywhere on the island to beat the shit out of an old pair of shoes, it's here.
And this is why you do not wear flip-flops.
The Cala is home to an arch that is well worth the 250 meters of descent down to the base of the largest cliffs in Ibiza. Here you are surrounded by giant cliffs, and if you come early enough, can have the entire place to yourself. For the sake of filming this YouTube video, we kept our clothes on, but we could have easily been completely naked for the entire hour and a half that we were here. The arch and the surrounding cliffs were by far my favorite bit of coast in Ibiza. The only problem is that the cliffs are a little bit too far away from anywhere safe to climb up if you decide to jump in.
Yeah, it's fucking steep.
Only 25 minutes away from Ibiza town, Sant Eularia has some of the greatest sunset chill spots, coastal walks, fantastic swimming locations, and is the perfect spot to visit if you're bringing your own sandwich to Ibiza or plan on eating the same sandwich several nights in a row.
That's my sandwich.
The only downfall is that there is no party life here, but there is a super dodgy swing that you can hit up. We also saw people flying a hot air balloon here, which just seems fucking mental for an island this small, but they were probably just trying to get to Imagination Land. Before we get to the grand finale of how to make your trip to Ibiza ridiculously memorable, please be awesome and hit that button that justifies listening to me ramble on for the last 8 minutes. Now when it comes to partying in Ibiza, there has been a lot of this final boss stuff floating around that as far as I'm concerned hasn't even come close to earning its stripes.
I bet you're the kind of guy that would fuck a person in the ass and not even have the goddamn common courtesy to give him a reach around.
So my ask of you is super simple. If you're gonna go all out in Ibiza, I want you to do it in a way that is so epic and so grand that we are all gonna find out about it from the Netflix documentary that gets made. Some type of grand Project X Fire Island train wreck shit, something that is so legendary it's gonna make you the real final boss of Ibiza. The only question is, how are you going to do it?